The new Fractal Incursion event just launched on September 9th, 2025. It features great time-limited rewards such as bag slot expansion, 20 slot bags, and some former Gem Store exclusive skins. It also added permanent new rewards, including a new legendary glove. The content release will be spread out over 3 weeks, and this video will show you everything you need to know about the achievements and rewards for the first week. This video will be quite long, so timestamps are in the description if you're interested in a certain topic. First, I will talk about how to get started and how the easy to obtain skins work. Then, I will talk about the Quickplay Fractals and the Fractalline Dust you obtain through it. Then, I will talk through the temporary achievements, followed by the permanent achievements. After that, I will go over the new items in the Wizard's Vault, and lastly, I will talk about what we don't know yet and what is still to come in the coming weeks. Once you log in, you will receive some mail about the Fractal Incursions happening, including a single-use teleport scroll to the Fractal entrance in Lion's Arch. If you are not in Lion's Arch, you can use the scroll to directly teleport to the entrance. If you're in Lion's Arch, you can either walk there or go into another zone and then use the portal scroll. Talk to the NPC on the very left to receive a free set of rare gear depending on your weight class. For new players, this can get you started into your Fractal journey, and for experienced players, you might have some skins in there that you haven't unlocked yet. You can use the 4 packed weapon chests in order to choose any packed weapons that could otherwise only be obtained through other ways. You can get this box once per weight class on your account, as far as I'm aware. So if you do this on a light, medium and heavy armor class, you can get a total of 12 free packed weapons as well as 3 free armor skin sets in case you don't have them yet. On the next vendor, you can trade in tokens you get as rewards during the event for exotic armor. For new players, this might be a nice stat gain, and for existing players, you might be interested in the skins. The skins of these armor sets has previously only been available through the Gem Store, and now you can just get them for basically free during this event. This is one of the rewards that will be limited time only though, so make sure you grab them early enough. As soon as you unlock one skin from a certain armor set in here, you will unlock the entire armor set of that weight class. So this means you want to get a total of 3 armor tokens. I will explain how to get them later. And then you go to this vendor on a light armor class to buy the light armor set, on a medium armor class to get the medium armor set, and a heavy armor class to get the heavy armor set. It does not matter which armor piece you choose, you will always unlock the entire set. Before we go any further to the next NPC, let's quickly look at how the achievements work. You will see that in the bonus event section we will now have 2 new entries, Fractal Incursion and Incursive Investigation. The Fractal Incursion is the current event that will only be active for 28 days. In there we have 4 achievements. First of all, we have Messenger from the Mists. This is going to be completed as soon as we speak to the Mist Stranger. This will give us a 20 slot Fractal bag. There's also a daily and a weekly Fractal Incursion achievement that I will touch on later, as well as the Fractal Incursion Champion, which is an achievement with 22 tiered rewards, including 2 bag slot expansions at tier 8 and 16 respectively, as well as a ascended accessory with a plus 10 agony infusion slotted in, and then at the last tier you will get a legendary weapon starter kit for any legendary weapon from the first generation. On the other side we have the Incursive Investigations. This is going to be in the game forever, and this is also going to be where we will spend the next 3 weeks. So for week 1 we have a decent amount of achievements already, and then in week 2 and 3 we will get more of them. The main achievement here is the Incursive Investigation, which will in the end unlock the legendary glove. In order to get this Incursive Investigation achievement, we will be needing to do an achievement called Working Together. And this is why we will now need to talk to the Mist Stranger at the entrance in Lion's Arch. Once the Mist Stranger has finished talking, you will now have the first step completed for the Working Together achievement, and if the Fractal Incursion event is still going on at the time that you have done this, you will also have gotten the 20 slot Fractal pouch. Talk to the Mist Stranger again and follow the dialogue, and then you will have completed the second step of Working Together. Now that we've done all the preparation work, we can finally enter Fractal Quickplays. To do this, just go to the NPC you see in the background and he will open the Tier 1 Fractal LFG. Press on the Quickplay beta on the bottom and the game will automatically match you with other peoples to fill your party. You can enter the Quickplay as a party of 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 and the game will just find additional people to match you with. It will then put you into a random fractal out of a selection of 10 that will be a scale 1, so you cannot farm fractal level by doing this. The 10 fractals that can be chosen in the Quickplay mode are Etherblade, Cliffside, Deepstone, Kinfall, Molten Boss, Molten Furnace, Snowblind, Uncategorized, Urban Battleground and Volcanic. The Mist Ranger will also assist you in the Quickplay mode by helping to revive completely defeated allies, not downstate allies though, and overcome environmental puzzles. This means, for example, that the Mist Ranger will stand on a pressure plate if you are standing on the other one in the Deepstone Fractal, as you can see in the background. There's also new waypoints that unlock as soon as one person touches them. You can always teleport to the waypoint as long as you are not in combat. This also means that you can GG while the rest of your group is in combat with the next boss and then use the waypoint next to the boss to get to your group and fight alongside them. Upon completing a Quickplay Fractal, you will be rewarded with 5 Fractalline Dust, which is not a physical currency but advances progress through some achievements. In the temporary category, there is also a daily achievement for completing a Quickplay Fractal, awarding 5 extra dust, and a weekly achievement for completing 10 Quickplay Fractals for 20 dust. In the permanent category, there is a weekly achievement for completing 5 Quickplay Fractals for 10 dust. Now let's have a quick look at the temporary achievement category, Fractal Incursion. I've already said the daily Fractal Incursion wants you to complete 1 Fractal of the Mist in the Quickplay mode and offers 5 Fractalline Dust. The weekly Fractal Incursion requires you to complete 10 Fractals of the Mist in Quickplay mode in a week and you get 20 Fractalline Dust. The Messenger of the Mists we have completed at the start by speaking with the Mist Ranger and have obtained our 20 slot fractally stitched pouch. And then finally, the main achievement that we want to get in the 28 days in this category is the Fractal Incursion Champion. This requires us to collect as much Fractalline Dust as possible, up to 500. The achievement has 22 tiers and it will give us Incursion Accessory tokens, Incursion Armor tokens, Incursion Weapon tokens, and then the big ones at Tier 8 a backslot expansion, Tier 16 another backslot expansion, Tier 19 we get another 20 slot bag, at Tier 21 we get an Ascended accessory with a plus 10 Agony infusion, and we get a Legendary Weapon Starter Key Universal, which offers us the Legendary Starter Kit for any Generation 1 Legendary Weapon. The Incursions tokens can be traded in at the token trader outside of the Fractal of the Mist Gate in Lion's Arch. If you talk to him and let's see what you have in stock, then he will show you a bunch of exotic equipment like I mentioned earlier. You will see a different choice here for light, medium or heavy armor. If you buy one of these skins for one of the tokens, then it will unlock all 6 of these skins. You can see right here for me I have unlocked the Celestial Trickster's Mask. I have also unlocked the other skins, even though I have only bought the Trickster Mask with one of the armor tokens. So make sure that you will afterwards go on a medium and also a heavy armor character in order to complete all of them and buy all 3 armor sets before the event ends, because those sets are Gemstore exclusive otherwise. Now let's look at the other achievement category, the Incursive Investigation. This is the category that will stay in the game permanently. The main achievement here is also called Incursive Investigation and its reward will be Legendary Gloves. The first achievement that we will need for this is Incursive Investigation Working Together. If you have followed my Getting Started guide earlier, then you will have already done the first 2 steps. If not, just speak with the Mist Ranger and then after he stops talking, you can speak to him again. The third step requires you to complete a Fractal of the Mist in Quickplay mode and loot the final chest. This will also finish the Relic in the Mist achievement immediately. because you will discover the Agony Torn Gloves after finishing the first 2 steps and then finishing a Quickplay Fractal. After this, you just need to talk to the Mist Ranger again to get the 4th step done and bring the Agony Torn Gloves to him. The next parts of the achievement will unlock in the following week, so we are not able to get the Mist Grasp or Gloves box yet, and also we cannot finish the Incursive Investigation yet. The other achievements that are needed for the Incursive Investigations are 1st, 2nd and 3rd Recursion. These require us to collect Fractalline Dust again, and they offer no rewards except for achievement points. However, since it is needed for the Legendary Gloves, this means that it will also be a high priority to get to the 450 Fractalline Dust needed for the 3rd Recursion. And if you're playing this while the event is still going on for the 28 days on the temporary one, all your Fractalline Dust will count towards both this achievement on the temporary tab as well as the achievements on the permanent tab. The other achievements in this category mainly help us to get some free AP as well as some extra Fractalline Dust to help us with the other achievements. So let's have a look at them one by one. As mentioned earlier, there's the weekly Fractal Quickplay, which requires us to complete 5 Fractals of the Mist in the Quickplay mode and awards us with 10 extra Fractalline Dust. Next up is Stabilizing the Core. This requires us to do all 10 Fractals of the Mist in Quickplay mode once, or you could also do them by selecting them and running a regular Fractal no matter the tier. This will end up giving you 10 Fractalline Dust. Next up, we have 6 iterations of Fractalization. This requires you to complete 1 Fractal in Quickplay mode with a teammate who either works at ArenaNet or has completed the achievement. This sounds very intimidating at the start because you will not see that many ArenaNet employees in here. However, this also means if someone has played with them once, then that person will give the achievement to the next people they play with, and those will give it to the next people they play with, and so on. So the chance of someone with this achievement being in your group is rather high, especially now at the start when everyone is playing it for the first time. Next up, we have Scaling Up. This requires you to complete 3 Fractals in Quickplay mode with a teammate who has reached the highest Fractal difficulty scale. Once again, you just go into the Fractal Quickplay mode, you don't really have to do anything special, and most of the time you will have a teammate who has the highest Fractal difficulty scale unlocked, because there's a lot of the older people in the game as well playing this right now, the more experienced people, because they want the rewards as well, especially the Legendary Glove and the other cosmetic rewards on this. And then lastly we have Lone Wolf, which just requires you to complete a Fractal in Quickplay mode after starting the matchmaking as a solo player. This just means that you have to go into the matchmaking without being in a party beforehand and then complete the Fractal you are paired into. These are the easier achievements that are done once, and then in the next step I will go over the other achievements for the first week, which is Chasing Shadow ones, Threat Preparation 1, Threats to Tyria 1, as well as Troubleshooting 1. Let's get started with Threats Preparation 1 and Threats to Tyria 1. For Threat Preparation 1, you will need to travel to the 4 waypoints listed here at the bottom. These waypoints will be close to the spawn points of the 4 world bosses that you will have to kill for the Threats to Tyria 1 achievement. By clicking on the text up here, you will open the map and show where the waypoint is. If you have already unlocked it, you can then port there immediately to complete that part of the Threats Preparation. You can either just do all 4 at once now, or do them whenever you kill the world boss for the Threats to Tyria achievement. These world bosses spawn on a timer, and every 30 minutes one of these 4 will spawn. To see which world boss spawns next, type /wiki /et in chat, and then it will open the Guild Wars 2 wiki event timer page. At the top there you can see the timer for the world bosses and see which one spawns next. You will need to kill the Fire Elemental in Metrica Province, the Great Jungle Worm in Caledon Forest, the Shadow Behemoth in Queensdale, and the Svanir Shaman Chief in Wayfarer Foothills. After killing all 4 of them and traveling to each of the waypoints close to them, you will have completed Thread Preparation 1 and Threads to Tyria 1 and obtained 10 Fractalline Dust for each of the 2 achievements. Next up is Chasing Shadows 1. For this you will need to complete 3 Fractal Incursion events in the open world. These new Incursion events spawn every hour on the top of the hour and will spawn a random Fractal boss that you will have to kill. There are 4 possible locations and a boss will spawn in one of them. The other 3 locations will have a portal to the boss location. My best advice to complete this is to always go a few minutes before the boss will spawn and to go to the waypoint in Kasek's Hill, since the portal or boss spawn point is directly next to the waypoint there. If the boss spawns there, you can just stay, and if there's a portal, just take it and you will arrive at the boss location. After doing 3 of these incursions, you will complete the Chasing Shadows 1 achievement and get 10 Fractalline Dust as a reward. Lastly, we have Troubleshooting 1, which requires us to find 4 lost badges in Fractals of the Mist, 1 each in Snowblind, Uncategorized, Urban Battlegrounds and Volcanic. You can complete this achievement in either Quickplay or a regular Fractal run. You can do this in any order. In the Snowblind Fractal, right after melting the ice wall at the beginning, head towards the Ice Elemental and turn to the right to find the first lost badge. In the Uncategorized Fractal, you will have to jump past the Harpies, then kill the Champions and Veteran, and before the lasers, turn to the left to collect the second lost badge. In the Urban Battlegrounds, kill Siegemaster Dolphy and open the gate, then go right and up on the wall, walk on top of the wall to find the third lost badge. Lastly, the easiest one. In the Volcanic Fractal, just go into the Fractal and after skipping the cutscene, run towards the tunnel that takes you down to the first boss. On the way there, you will find the last badge on your right and complete the achievement for 10 Fractalline Dust. Since the expansion is still 2 months away at the time of the release of this update, we also got some new additions to the Wizard Vault in order to bridge the gap until the expansion releases. We have new special achievements here. First of all, once we complete the Relic in the Mist achievement, we will get 100 Astral Acclaim. This achievement requires us to talk to the Mist Ranger 2 times and then complete a Quickplay Fractal, and then we will already have this done. Another achievement is to complete the first Recursion achievement, which will grant us 200 Astral Acclaim. For getting the first Recursion achievement, you will need to obtain 150 Fractalline Dust. After that, you will also have to get 300 Fractalline Dust for the second Recursion and 450 for the third Recursion achievement. You will want to do these achievements anyways, because those will be necessary to obtain the legendary gloves, and on the way they will just get you some nice astral acclaims. We also have some new astral rewards added. We have 1 extra lesser essence of gold, which I do not recommend purchasing as it is pretty useless. We can buy some loosened crystal bags, which will give you a random amount of loosened crystals. We can get mystic coin bags, which give you at least 10 mystic coins each, and you can buy 3 of those. And then the biggest one, we will also be able to buy the Infinite Mist Omnipotion for 1000 astral acclaims. This potion is usually obtained through a lot of fractal relics, and now it is a great opportunity for all the new players to get this as well. The Infinite Mist Omnipotion from the Vault acts exactly as the one you can get from the Fractals, however it will be of exotic quality instead of the Ascended one. It functions exactly the same, however, for existing players who have already obtained the Infinite Mist Omnipotion, you can trade in the exotic version you get from the Wizard's Vault at a later date when the event is completed and all 3 weeks have been released for something that has to do with the new legendary glove. We do not yet know what exactly we can trade the Omnipotion in for. ArenaNet has just said that the vendor that will sell the extra weight classes of the legendary gloves and the infusions that change the legendary gloves color will also have some trade-in for the Omnipotion, but we do not yet know what it will be for. The new Wizard's Vault items are also not locked to the newest expansion, Chantia Wilds, which means that you will be able to get these on alt accounts that might only have some of the older expansions. Now let's talk about what the future holds and what we do not know yet. There will be 2 more additions to this in the coming weeks. We can expect more achievements. I personally expect something similar to what we already have, just expanding it by Troubleshooting 2 and 3, and the same for the other achievements that have a 1 at the end. I will personally take it one step at a time most likely and try to get around 200 dust each week to make sure I reach the 450 dust for the legendary cloth early in the 3rd week of release and the 500 dust before the 28-day event ends. We do not yet know how the main achievement that gives the legendary cloth will be continued and what we will have to do in further steps, and we also do not yet know how we will be able to obtain the other weight classes from the vendor, as well as the infusions that will change the color of the gloves, and what the extra Omnipotion can be traded in for. We just know that those things will exist by week 3 of this release. With that being said, I'm overall very happy about the surprise event drop and had lots of fun with the event and making this guide, although there are some aspects of Quickplay that I immediately noticed had its issues. I might talk about that in a future video. For now, thank you all for watching. I hope this guide was useful to you. See you around next time. Bye bye.